This is Hot Mike.
Hot Mike.
On the networks of WDAY.
WDAY.
Here's Dom Izzo.
Welcome back, everybody. Hour 2, ready to rock and roll on this Wednesday morning. Getting Bison Media Zone with Jeff Kolpak and myself coming up in a half hour to get ready for the Bison and the Jackrabbits. As we mentioned, that's not the only football happening around the area. We are in the midst now of the Minnesota high school football playoffs. Opening round was last night, which was a chilly and windy night for plenty around the area. Our next guest, his team is moving on to the 6A semifinals. They got a date with OTC, the Bulldogs, coming up in Breckenridge on Saturday. Cowboys head football coach Carson Yaggie joins us on this Wednesday morning. As a former Bison, what does Jackrabbit Week mean to you?
You know what? It was always a little bit more focus of practice. Everyone was always practicing a little bit harder and going a little bit more. And I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just a, what do you want to say? Everything was cranked up to a whole new level. So,
especially where you live, there are Jackrabbit fans down there, right? I mean, this has a little bit extra meaning where you're located, right?
no, you go 20 miles south and you're in the South Dakota border. And I mean, I used to work down in Rossville, South Dakota, and they are about as diehard Jackrabbits as you can get. Then you get to Fairmont, North Dakota, and here they are, a co-op for a school, and they're all cheering for different colleges for as passionate as everyone is.
All right, I've asked other players this. How heavy is it? I can't pick it up. I'm assuming you have. How heavy is the marker?
It's pretty heavy. I mean, I couldn't give you a guess on how what the overall weight is, but I mean, it's heavier than you think. It is heavy. They didn't go any fake stone with that.
For people that don't know, give us the backstory when the Bison were interested, when they came around saying, hey, we think you could play college football with us.
I was a junior in high school, or no, it was right after my junior season. We went up to NDSU team camp that year, and kind of started there. And then after the year, they kind of came and started talking to us a little bit. What do you think? And it was just a dream thing. I knew. I mean, I'm an agriculture kid, and wanted to stay in agriculture, and hey, get the opportunity to go to a school that's top ag school in the country and play football. And I was able to meet lifelong best friends of mine throughout my class, and it was just a great experience.
Well, and then the coaching bug, was that there, or when did you catch that?
There was after my second year, Coach Kleiman left, but then the 3 years there was 3 different receivers coaches right away. Because the first year was Coach Austin, the second year was Coach Ray, and then the third year was Coach Pauly. And
Yep.
It was interesting, but you were able to hear just so many different perspectives on football with 3 really, really smart coaches. So it was kind of cool, because it was like, I mean, you'd sit in a meeting and you'd hear 3 different ways to do things, and all 3 of them went on. I mean, Coach Ray went to Kansas State. Coach Pauly's at Iowa State right now. Coach Austin went to the Patriots. So I was like, you got to hear 3 really smart guys talk about football. It's like, that's a pretty good experience.
And so that was so you had it there to say, this is what I want to do?
Say that again?
Is that when you caught the bug to say, okay, this is where I'd like to do this now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I've always really liked the schematics of football, and just kind of the game planning side of it, and what do you want to say, the chess pieces that go with the offensive side of calling a game. And I mean, that's what really kind of opened my eyes to, hey, all right, first year you're kind of just learning the playbook. Then after that, it was like, oh, so this is why you're doing this. This is why you want to go out of this play, or hey, you see this type of look. Well, how do you want to attack it? And I was just kind of really excited. I mean, I didn't ever play a whole lot, so it was kind of just, hey, let's learn football. So I loved it.
And then the opportunity, Carson, to coach in your hometown. How did that all come about, and describe that opportunity?
You know, Coach Fredrickson was gracious enough to, when I reached out to him the first time, and hey, let me come on staff. And I mean, when I started doing it, I started enjoying it so much more than what I could ever possibly imagine. And working with these kids every day, it's just an absolute blast. And for me too, it means so much more being from Breckenridge and coaching the town, because now there's such a sense of pride and community. And you know what? Not only, hey, do I want to win because we're really competitive, you want to win in everything you do, but I want Breckenridge to be looked upon as one of the top teams, as one of the most respected teams, because this is the place that I grew up. This is the place that I love, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that Breck in people's eyes is one of those great places, and it's a respected program. It's a place where you have quality players, quality kids, because that's what I think we have in this community. And I mean, I look at our or our team right now, and it's Breck families. There's a lot of kids who, I mean, they're third generation. Hey, their dad played for the Cowboys. Their grandpa played for the Cowboys, and there's just that extra sense of pride with it. And it just makes it so fun when you have such good families to go with it that are so supportive. And I mean, I think we got the best support system in the state of Minnesota here in Breck, and we're pretty lucky.
Is Freddie still hanging around? Does he give you some pointers?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's great. He is always willing to reach out or to answer and help with anything I possibly can ask him, and I probably ask him a heck of a lot more than what he thought I would. So no, he's unbelievable to me. He's always gone out of his way, and he's just right there and takes care of a lot of the backside AD stuff that I don't work for the school, so he's kind of my saving grace when it comes to that.
We were talking off air, to have this kind of season, you're 9-0, you're in the section semifinals. Was this expected? Did you think you had a chance to be this kind of good this year?
I think we thought we had a pretty decent chance to be a good team. We needed quite a few pieces to click for us to feel like we had a chance to take it to a next level and be a really good team. But I mean, our senior class did a phenomenal job all off season of just we're going to get after it. And then they drug the juniors along with it. Then the sophomores and freshmen kind of followed suit because that's what everyone else is doing. And I mean, we're very fortunate to have kids who have played a lot of football. And when you've played a lot of football early on, I mean, you're able to just get a jump start on the season. I mean, from day one when we went to Bemidji camp, we didn't have a whole lot of practices, but these kids just know the game. They understand what they're doing. They understand the rules from the 2 years prior, where a lot of them were starting. And then also we have hey, we're not sure what to do on this point. Let's just give the ball to David Erlinson and see what he can do. I mean, he's been unbelievable. You're just kind of seeing kids step up. Cooper Roberts on the outside for us has been an absolute weapon for us to put the ball up in the air too. And I mean, up front, we're starting 4 seniors and a junior that have kind of started the year before. So whatever look teams throw at them, they've probably seen it a time or two before.
To have a guy like Erlinson to just basically say, hey, you can take over games, what kind of luxury is that to have?
It's kind of funny because so on the year he had 12 over, I think it was like 1,280 rush yards, and he was averaging 15.6 yards a carry. I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. It was absolutely ridiculous. To where it was times to where it was like he'd get tackled, 7, 8 yards, and he'd be like, God, what happened there? What went wrong? But I mean, he's just unbelievable. There was so much. Okay, hey, bad play call. He gets tackled or he gets wrapped up 2 yards at past the line of scrimmage. Then all of a sudden he breaks that tackle, and now it's 45 yards later, and we're down the field. And it's like, how does he do this? I mean, whatever my terrible play calls are. I am very fortunate to where he just makes it right. And then to our quarterback, Riley Kappas, he's a junior and kind of taken over as a starting quarterback this year. He's doing the exact same thing for us in the pass game of when I put him in a bad spot, he just finds a way. I mean, he's completed, 67, 70% of his passes and only 1 interception on the year in game 1. And I mean, they're just playing football at such a high level right now, and they're having fun doing it. It's just fun to see.
You're in the same round. This time last year, you guys lost. How big a deal is that for your returner saying, okay, we're in the same spot on your home field that we want to go one step further, have a chance to play for the section championship?
I think it just means a little bit more that they're playing on their home field. It's your last game that you have in your home stadium as a senior, and I mean, this group of kids set out with some pretty big goals, and this is just another step along the way. It's the same process. It's the same. Hey, we got to play with the intensity that we've played with the 9 previous games, and let's just line up and play football.
That game last year, is that still sticking some people's craw, yourself included?
It does. It does. It's been 2 years in a row now to where we've had a home playoff game on a Saturday, and we've kind of stubbed our toe. And I mean, last year we lost to a very, very good Parker's Prairie team who went on and had a lot of success in the section championship and the state tournament. So it was, we kind of just gotta buckle down the hatches and let's go and take care of business.
I know for you growing up, you're playing opponents you're probably not used to. People in the Heart of Lakes, you're playing on Barnesville, Hawley, Freeze. You're not playing those teams. How different has that been for you as well to adjust to that you're playing different teams because you're in a different class, a different section?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it is different when you're not playing those schools now. I think we'd love to play those schools, and I know for basketball how much those rivalries would
Yeah.
still mean for the kids. I mean, but for football, it's just tough to, hey, how do you beat on these kids for 8 games and then expect them to go play in the playoffs? And we saw it a couple of years ago to where we were playing a lot of those teams, and we ended up 5-3, and all of a sudden, well, we come down and play 1A playoffs, and because we didn't play any of these teams, we end up as the 5 seed in our section, and we were fortunate enough to go win 3 games and win the section tournament. But I mean, it's kind of with the QRF, you have
Yeah.
to do it. Because I mean, if you play, what did you want to say? Sorry, not to get into a QRF
Yeah,
rant.
it's fine. It's fine.
It values wins more than it values quality opponents.
Correct. Oh,
So
no.
it's what do you do? But I mean, also on the same thing, we're playing OTC on Saturday, and I think about every Breckenridge team in the past 45 years has ran into OTC at some point in the playoffs. And I mean, I know I did. I know Jordan Christensen's on my staff. I know he did. Talking to these kids' parents, I know their parents ran into OTC in the playoffs. So you know what? You don't have your playoff or your typical rivalry of Breck, Barnesville, Hawley, DGF, but I mean, Otter Tail Central is probably just as much up there of a rival of Breck football as anyone else.
Give me a little. You played OTC earlier this season. How much you watch that tape? Can you use that to get ready for the game on Saturday?
You know, I think it's a really good film of how they're going to try to attack us offensively, or what they're going to try to do offensively. You know, defensively, I think they're going to throw quite a few different looks at us and make our kids or make adjustments and not give us kind of the same thing that they gave us in the first game. And I mean, it's a reminder, but really, hey, it's good film to watch, but that game means nothing now. And we were fortunate to kind of make a couple plays early on and kind of deflate their sails. But I mean, we know they're going to come ready to go. I mean, Breck and OTC have had quite a history of playing each other twice in the season, and that first matchup never really seemed to matter a whole lot when it came to the second one.
Knowing this is the game to get you to the Dome, you have the big speech. Do you need it? Knowing the guys know what's at stake. Do you need the big rah-rah speech for the game on Saturday?
This group of seniors is the least like, don't talk to us before the game, coach. We understand what we're going to go do. Say 2 words, tell us what the first play is, and let's go play football. Because they love football. They love the mentality of football, and they just want to get out there and go. It's like, how do we shorten warm-ups from, 5 o'clock or 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock to, let's just go out there at 5:45 and kick the ball off.
You're a Minnesota kid. Last night, no one seen what the weather was going to be like. Describe that with the wind and it comes with the territory, a cold night in late in October. How'd you guys handle that last night?
It was good. We got through it. What do you want to say? In Minnesota football, you build your offense around, if you want to be successful in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the ball. And I mean, last night was the perfect picture of that when it's the first quarter and we're against the wind right now. Hey, it'd be a great time to take a shot, but guys, the ball is going to travel 20 yards in the air before it gets pushed backwards 10. So it was good. The kids battled through it, and I mean, you get playing football in the cold doesn't matter a whole lot. But for the coach and staff, I got a little cold. I'll tell you that.
Last thing before I let you go, and I really appreciate you doing this morning. How much fun are you having doing this, knowing you did this not that long ago as a player, now as a coach trying to get this team to the state tournament?
I think it just adds a little bit extra to it. I mean, you don't want to ever say you're living through the players or anything, but you just have a fresher experience of how much high school football meant to you, how much playing for Breckenridge meant to myself. And I want to go out, and Chad Fredrickson did an unbelievable job of giving every kid in Breckenridge who came through the program just a phenomenal Cowboy football experience. And I mean, that's exactly what we want to do for these kids, because that's what this place is. I mean, Breckenridge football to us is pretty dang special, and we want to make sure that it stays that way and we only move it forward.
This is great, bud. I got a lot of ties in Breck, so good luck on Saturday. Hopefully see you guys up at the Dome next week, okay?
Hey, thank you very much for having me on.
Appreciate the time. There he goes, Carson Yaggie, Breckenridge head football coach. The Cowboys have OTC coming up on Saturday in Breck. The winner of that will move on and play for the 6A championship next Friday at the Fargo Dome. And this is your first heads up that, once again, we're going to have some of those Minnesota Section Championship games for you next Thursday and next Friday. We'll have one game next Thursday, and then the 5 games that are coming up a week from Friday. On Halloween, we will have all of those games for you. Certainly streaming, I believe, on WDAY2, ? I got to get that clarified. But we will have the games, and it's going to be a dynamite day of football. I've had the pleasure of calling those games, covered them forever. Heck, when Barnesville and Hawley would play every year in the 8AA final, it'd be that 8 o'clock game on a Friday night, and you treated it as some of the best games possible. That's the lineup of games. We've got the 5A championship, 6A, 6AA, 8AA, 8 AAA are the games we're going to have a week from Friday at the Dome. And Breckenridge, with a win, will very much be in the mix if they're able to do that against OTC. We appreciate Carson giving us a few minutes there. We'll break. We come back. Again, it's a shortened show because we got Bison Media Zone today. We'll wrap things up, get you ready. We've got the Wolves opener tonight. Is Ant going to play? We'll preview that and a bunch more as we get out of here right after this.